when things are not working out. Now, in this episode, I want to talk a little bit about what to do when things don't work out in your life, in your business, in your relationships, what to do. You know, I have experienced a lot of moments in my life and my business that things don't work out. And I first and foremost want to say that it is normal. It is okay and it is part of life. If things are working out too well, like we gotta check to see what's going on. So when things don't work out, few things I'm gonna recommend to do. One, notice your response to that. Notice not only your response in terms of your mindset, but notice your energetic and emotional response to that. Because here's the thing, if you're anything like me in the beginning of my business, my first years of business, I was so emotionally triggered when things didn't work out, especially when they did not work out the way I wanted them to work out, right? Like, does that sound familiar to you? Does that ring a bell to you? Or do you feel like, oh my God, that's me? Because that was me. Whenever something used to not work out or like not be the way I wanted it to be, right? Controlling the situation, I used to freak out, especially emotionally. I used to get so triggered emotionally. And here's the thing with that. That emotional trigger used to take me down, meaning it used to take me into this downward spiral of weird emotions, negative emotions, not feeling good, feeling bad, etc., etc., etc. And I share this with you today to really be mindful of that. When things don't work out for you, how do you respond to that situation? Or do you react to that situation? You know, I'm always aware of this, right? Part of this is learning how to respond to situations like this with love. Here's the thing though. When things are not working out in your life, or when you feel that things are not going the way you want them to go, two things. First, when things like that happen, notice if you get triggered and you're emotionally in a roller coaster, what I recommend doing is to work that roller coaster, to work those emotions, to work the energy around it. Because if your response is like that all the time, you're going to create momentum around the things not working. And I've seen so many people go into downward spiral, like a negative downward spiral, because of not learning how to manage their emotions or not learning what to do with that trigger or the negative feeling. Because it's normal to feel negative or have a negative response on something that did not work out the way you wanted to. It is normal. It is okay, guys. It is human, right? It's not about being perfect. Trust me, there's still times in my own life that I feel a little bit like, oh my God. But it's really, how is the response? Meaning, do you stay stuck in that response? Do you stay stuck in the trigger, or do you shift from it? It is okay to get triggered, but are you shifting from it, learning from it and shifting, or are you staying there? Super important to think about. Super important to even notice about. Here's the other thing. If you notice when things are not working out for you or things happen, you're like, and your response is not a negative response, it's not an emotional trigger response, but you're actually feeling good, you're feeling, oh, okay, fine. That's actually good. That actually means that maybe whatever that is not working out is actually happening to your good. Here's what I mean. I was actually talking to a client about this last week, which was so powerful. Something happened in her relationship. Like, she's been vibrating that she wants an amazing relationship. She's been defining what she wanted. You know, this is a power woman, an entrepreneur. This woman is rocking her life, rocking her business. And through that, she realized she got clarity. She gained clarity that she wanted to be with a partner that was aligned to that vision that she wanted to create in her business. That additional vision, right? That leap that she wanted to create it. And something super interesting happened with her. And what was that? Her relationship started going sideways, meaning her partner, right, her boyfriend actually started becoming more weird, started like saying that he didn't want to see her anymore and things like that. And she was like, what is going on? And yes, it was sad, that situation. And talking to her, you know, I shared her with this, like how sometimes, you know, it's important to know and manage your emotions and your triggers, but it's also important to know how you respond, because sometimes these things happen because it happens to give you space for what you really, really want. And interestingly enough, amazing what happened. Her space got cleared, meaning space and time that was spent in trigger moments with him, and she could focus on her business. She could focus on this launch that was coming up, and she rocked her launch, she rocked her business, she rocked all of it, right? She's still in the process now of working things out with this partner, with this boyfriend of hers, but it's amazing what happened. And this reminded me of another story that a coach told me once, my mentor told me, of this guy who was wanting a house, was vibrating that he wanted a house. He was getting into energy alignment around it, aligned to the house, wanting to manifest this amazing, amazing, brilliant home. And then suddenly his house got into fire. And he was like, oh my God, it got into fire. But he wasn't feeling triggered. He was feeling like, you know what? There's a reason to this. And something happened in terms of the insurance money, all that. He was able to purchase his dream home. So sometimes when we are wanting what we want, sometimes things need to move. Sometimes things need to get turbulent. And sometimes things need to not work out to give us the clarity that we need, or to create space in our life that we need for what we want to come in. And, it was such a beautiful example, the house situation with my client. Like, she was wanting space for her business. She was wanting, a person to be around someone. And even though, like, in the moment, her partner, her boyfriend got, like, a little bit, like, far away, meaning, like, he wasn't in her life as strongly as he was, people were getting into her life that were in that energy alignment, in that vision that she wanted, right? Talk about being in alignment that she really, really wanted. So next time things don't go right, or sometimes next time things are not working out, I'm really, 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 really going to encourage you to not be in trigger. I'm going to encourage you to move forward from that. I'm going to encourage you to stay put and notice, what is the situation trying to tell you? Maybe it's helping you clear space for something that you really, really want, or maybe it's helping you and teaching you to understand, especially if you get triggered a lot. It's giving you contrast to get clear on what you want. Here's an example. Early on in my business, I was working a lot of one-to-one. I was doing a lot of one-on-one work. There was a moment in that time of business that I got so overwhelmed and stressed by all the work I had to do, and it took me to trigger. But when I was able to clear the trigger, right, look at the situation as it was, I realized in that moment that it didn't feel good to be in this way, but the situation of being so overwhelmed gave me the clarity that I actually wanted to do something more working group, that I wanted to leverage my business, that I wanted to leverage my time. Thanks to that situation, it gave me the clarity, right? Thanks to that, I got the clarity, and I can give you stories after story of things that have happened in my life that have given me the clarity to really realize that what I didn't want. There's another situation with an apartment that, things were not like flowing. Thanks to that situation, that wasn't a great situation, it gave me clarity of what I wanted and what I didn't want, right? Again, you can apply this concept in every single area of your life, right? If you want to apply it to your money, to your business, to your life, to every single area, right? How you do one thing is how you do everything, right? So next time, again, reminding you, next time things don't go right, or next time you feel things are not working out, or you launched a product, you made no sales, or you did something, you sent an email, no response, do not worry. Keep on going, especially in business. Do not stay in the trigger of it. Do the clearing work, move forward. Don't stay in the trigger of it. Just keep on going. Be consistent in your actions, in your momentum, and just see the magic that happens in that. Just see the magic. Like, I truly believe now when things don't work out, I say, like, in question mark, when things don't work, I get excited now and I go into celebration. I actually go to my team and be like, oh my God, this is not working out. How exciting that we have an opportunity to figure this out, that we have the opportunity to get clear on how to make this situation better and get clarity on this. And it's so exciting. It is so much fun when you have this mindset, when you have this practice, right, of thinking this way, of not staying in trigger, which is, I think, key here, not staying in the trigger and moving forward. Again, having the mindset of, what if this is happening exactly for your highest good? Because here's what I believe. And I'm going to lend you this belief if you don't believe this already. I truly believe we live in a universe that is really supporting us. And we truly choose it to do so. You know what I mean? Like, every single moment of our day in life, we're creating our reality. And every single moment in our day in life, in that creation, we have a choice. We have an intention that we get to set. We get to set that intention every single moment. We get to create that. We get to create that. And you have the power. I want you to imagine the power that you have with that. It is so amazing. It is so powerful. It is life-changing. Okay? So you get to create your life. Anything that happens in your life, take the trigger out of it and just get excited, because we live in a universe, like, again, my belief is that we live in a universe that is supporting us. And when you are in that belief, in that mindset, it's easy not to get triggered when things go wrong, because you get into the moment like, oh my God, if the universe is supporting me and this is happening, or this client didn't go through, this money didn't come in, this could be for something better. And every single time I can share with you stories after stories that things didn't go according to plan or things did not work out, it was always for the best. It was always for the best. Okay? So guys, I'll see you on the next episode. Enjoy this one. Bye for now.